it takes courage to be our unapologetic selves. Hey y'all, welcome to Meryl's Mystic. I'm Meryl, and I empower witches, bitches, and dudes to complete themselves in order to have healthier soulmate relationships and more purposeful lives. Because I believe that only if you are your own soulmate can you attract the right soulmate, because you are the one that you are looking for. And I'm here to help you do that by helping you tap into the natural cycles of the earth and the stars through astrology and tarot. And I'm also a psychic medium. Thank you so much for being here. If it's your first time, please subscribe. And if you've been here before, welcome back. It's so good to see you. So we are here today to talk about Leo season. And Leo season will start on July 22nd and it goes until August 22nd this year. And then the new moon in Aquarius will be the day after Leo season begins, on the 23rd. And the new moon during Leo season is always in Aquarius, which is actually like a great little highlight to help us get a little bit more into our weird, let your freak flag fly. That's what Aquarius is really good at. And so that's gonna really help us be our best selves. And then the new moon in Leo will be on August 8th. So how was Cancer season? Cancer season really had us digging deep into our feels and trying to align our hearts with our heads. And there was a lot of stuff that we were all moving through. And as I'm recording this, it's still about a week from Leo season, and Mars and Venus and the moon just conjuncted in Leo. So already we're having you have already been experiencing some of the strong Leo energy that really gives us the fire to get up and go and to be courageous and unapologetic in being our best selves. So what does that mean for us? Well, I can tell you already from experience that means that we will be working through some more resistance, because it takes courage to be our unapologetic selves. And that means showing up when we don't always want to show up, or working through our fear, going forward despite our fear. The root word of courage is ku, which is Latin for love, I believe. Just spouting off facts that I hold on to my mind and trust myself to be true. There is, I think it might be the Latin. I think it's the Latin root of courage. It means heart, and you can find the connection in the Spanish word corazón. Also means heart. Mi corazón, it means my love. So there's a lot of connection between our heart and courage, and having courage to go after what we want and to commit to who we are and who we want to be and what our purpose is, because we all have purpose in life, and it is up to us to find and claim that purpose. And Leo season's gonna keep helping us do that. We started in Cancer season. I mean, it's been going throughout the entire year of gearing us up and supporting us in letting go of things that no longer serve us, and really connecting deeply to like what's in our heart and what's in our soul and what we feel like we are being called to do in this life. So the main thing about this Leo season is to be yourself. We're really, if you've seen my Cancer videos, go watch the Cancer videos for your sign. A big thing about Cancer season was accepting who we are, accepting what we want in this life, and also then building boundaries to protect what is most precious to us. And it was all about, it was kind of being more I shouldn't say kind of, there was a big energy of being more selfish, and Leo season is definitely going to help us continue to carry that over, because Leo is really great about being unapologetically themselves and telling people what they think and going after what they want and being who they are. And that's exactly what we all need after we were digging around for our like biggest, deepest dreams. Now we kind of come into the Leo season to really commit to those things. That was another theme that came up, was commitment. I literally pulled one of my cards I pulled today was commitment. one of my angel cards, and I was like, oh my gosh, that's like perfect, because we did so much, deep diving from Gemini season to Cancer season about who we are, what we want, and what our truths are. And now it's about committing to that and deciding, like, this is what I want, this is who I am, and I'm going to go after it no matter what anybody says. Because nobody can tell Leo nothing how to do. So Leo's really great because not only are they fierce in who they are fiercely loyal. So that's where this commitment piece comes from too. Leo's usually not afraid of commitment. They like having steady people around them. And because there is a certain, like, Leo just has a certain je ne sais quoi about them. I mean, I even put, like, my fancy nails on for you guys. Because I love my Leos. I adore you guys so much. And because the je ne sais quoi. The je ne sais quoi of just being very proud of who they are and taking pride in how they look and how they present themselves. And it's a balance. My mother's a Leo, so there was definitely some arguments about how I wanted to look and how she wanted me to look, because I was a reflection of her, because I'm her cub, so but I know she's very proud of me now, and she has been, but there was always a tug of how we came off as a reflection of her. And I know some other Leo mothers that are like that also. And if you are a Leo mother, let me know if you have a Scorpio child, or if you're a Scorpio, let me know if you have a Leo child, because I've met a lot of combinations of that, especially mothers and daughters, and because we are very similar from each other, but we have a lot to learn from each other. And I know my mom and I learned a lot from each other and still have a lot to learn from each other. This brings me to our tarot card of the season. Strength is the tarot card associated with Leo, and of course there's a lion there. And as I was talking about courage earlier, I always say that I think courage is a better name for the strength card than strength, because anybody can be strong if they need to be, but it really takes courage to work through the fear. And that's really what we're all here for, is to work through the fear of whatever comes up for you, right? Especially in this energy of being our unapologetic selves, a lot of it is the fear of what other people think, and the fear of looking silly or looking stupid or being judged, the fear of being exiled or snubbed, or what's the other word, shunned. And there's a lot of fear still in our world of being hurt and being unsafe. And there's a lot of people out there that fear for their lives every day, and yet they still get up and go and live their life. And it's more than strength. It's courage. Courage is more than strength. You are strong. Leo season is here also to remind us about how strong we are and how courageous we can be. Yeah. So, if you see too, she is connected to the magician. Her and this, our lovely femme woman here, lady, and the magician are the two figures that have the infinity symbol above their head to show that they are magical beings. And she's covered in, foliage and leaves, so she's very abundant. And she is, she knows the strength of the wild beast, and yet it doesn't deter her. Like, look how calm she is. And you know what? I almost wonder if she's one of the queens or an empress or something because she has the crown. I feel like I've seen her somewhere else in the deck. So, strength and courage to be yourself unapologetically. That's what we're doing this season. Cool. Let's get into your tarot scopes and see what Leo season has in store for you. All tarot scope readings apply to your sun, moon, and rising sign. So I always recommend that you cross-watch between your signs so that you can get a full picture of what you might be experiencing. And the intros to all the videos are the same, and I have the tarot scopes time-stamped in each description, so you can just skip that intro after you hear it the first time. Please join me on my Facebook and Instagram for the next live for the full moon in Aquarius, and that will be taking place the evening of Wednesday, July 21st. Hi Virgo! So good to see you. Thank you for being here. Let's see what Leo season has in store for you, and then next season it's your season. Okay. Ew, look at this. We got you guys the last time too. Everybody, it's very interesting already. You're only my second reading, and already it seems like we're kind of repeating some stuff from Cancer season. If Cancer season hasn't, if you didn't really take the advice of Cancer season, it feels like Leo season's kind of giving us a chance to do that. And it might even give us a little bit more oomph to do it. We might actually have just a little bit more courage and confidence to actually follow through with the things that we needed to do for ourselves for Cancer season. Because both signs can be accused of being Cancer, meaning Cancer and Leo, can be accused of being selfish, but they have a hard time putting themselves first. They really do prioritize those around them before. So it does feel like we're still in this kind of being a little bit more selfish phase, but we're getting a little bit more fire, like, to get it done. Like before it was like, no, I'll try to be selfish if I can, but now it's feeling more like, bitch, get out of my way, I got shit to do for myself. Okay? A little more unapologetic, which is the good theme. So we got you. The Hermit is Virgo, and the thing about the Hermit is that, yes, our first impression of the Hermit is to hide away, because that's what Hermit means, is somebody that's, you never see. We had this guy on our street that we called the Hermit, because he had this cool house on the corner, but it was not, like, hardly really taken care of, and nobody ever saw him. Like, and every now and then, you'd see his garage open, like, very rarely. And I remember whenever we had, like, door-to-door things as kids, we always went there just because we, like, were so curious about what was going on. But, like, he was never gave out candy for Halloween, and I don't even remember what happened to him, but he definitely doesn't live there anymore. So this is kind of like the first image we get of Hermit, and it's associated with Virgo because Virgo, you really keep your cards close to your chest. And I think you're really good at making people feel like they know you, and they don't. Which is actually you would think is more like a Scorpio trait. But Virgo definitely has that a little bit in common with Scorpio, is that you guys are good at like keeping some secrets and protecting yourself, and only letting people know what you want them to know. And so, but the thing about the Hermit, the kind of warning about him, which usually would say that if it was in reverse, but it feels like it's still coming up. Like the first kind of energy I was getting was like it's time to like come out a little bit more and not be so guarded. It was like you still need to have these boundaries that we also were trying to establish in Cancer season and pulling into Leo season. Like there still needs to be this establishing of boundaries to protect yourself, but then it's feeling like you're holding back a little bit too much, and there needs to be a little bit of an opening here, because with the Hermit we got the Four of Wands and the Seven of Wands, which is a very interesting combination. These are all kind of interesting combination altogether, and it's like, it's kind of funny because there's like this little bright yellow thing in the middle of our blue cards, and our outside cards feel a little bit more dreary than that middle card. Like, so there is this like, because the Four of Wands is about celebration, and it's about coming home, and that came up a lot for you last season. I can't remember if you got the Chariot or the Four of Wands last season too. The it seems to be like nobody took the Cancer season advice seriously, so Leo's coming in here and be like, hey y'all, hey were you not listening before? You're freaking listening now, because like it's important. This is important, and if I learn anything, Spirit does not waste their energy on things that aren't important, that they don't want you to know or hear. And so it's feeling like you still need to establish some boundaries to feel safer. And it's not just feeling safer by yourself, it's feeling safer around other people. Because with this Four of Wands and Seven of Wands, it's like you want to be in this place with other people and feeling held and all this kind of stuff, but then there's like this underlying feeling of like, well, I can't be close to anybody because everyone just screws me over anyway, and I gotta like, I already know what's gonna happen, so why waste my time? Like it's like it is kind of feeling like this is what's happening on the outside of you. Like, I'm good by myself, I don't need nobody, like, all y'all haters over there, that's fine, I'm cool over here. But then inside, you're longing to come back to this feeling of belonging. So why are you hiding from that, Virgo? Because you're not going to reach that point if you don't share it with anybody. It really feels like, look at this. It really feels like it, like, because their backs are kind of to this middle card too. And, he's turning away. He's fighting off people. like, usually this is like, you know, the card of like when you build things up, you know, haters gonna hate you, you attract the haters. But there's also like there's a fluster about this. He's flustered. It can be frustrating to be in that point. And so it just feels like you think that these things, these feelings that you're holding up, you think those are the boundaries. They're not. They're not the boundaries, my love. They're not. So why are we fighting? What are you fighting? Who are you fighting? It feels more internal. It feels like you think that you're fighting the world and that you have this like armor on. But what's happening is that you're just trapping the fight inside. There's nothing on the outside of you that requires armor. And so you putting this armor on is basically like locking yourself inside yourself and battling whether like from what you really want and what you think that you need. So it's time to get more honest. It's time to be a little bit more honest. Pick one person to be honest with. Pick somebody, the person you trust the most, and tell them something that you've been holding back. Just one. Just to start. And see how it feels. Because if they love you, they're going to be there for you. And they're going to help hold you. And they're going to feel closer to you too by you sharing this part of yourself, Virgo, because I know so many Virgos that you think you know them. You think you do, but they really are tight-lipped with their deepest emotions because they're so afraid of how the outside world and how other people are going to view them. Is that you, Virgo? Are you still kind of in that place? Because you need to be a little bit more in an unapologetic place, but like unapologetically this. Unapologetically wanting these things. Even if you're hurting and you're in pain, like it doesn't change what you want. And maybe you had this at one point and you lost it. And you don't even want to admit that you want it again because you feel like you failed. You're like, well, I tried that, didn't work out, so I'll be over here up in my tower where I can be alone and feel like I'm, doing the thing. And then you're sitting there watching everyone do the actual thing down below. You're like, maybe I do want to go down there. Maybe I do want to be a part of it. You do! You want to be a part of it, Virgo! Come here, let me shake you. Okay, I was like hoping for maybe one more clarifier. 8 of Swords, and actually right after that is the 9 of Swords. So, again, the theme seems to be that we're all getting in our own way. And if you were honest with yourself, this illusion of being trapped, of being bound to where you are, would fall away. You'd stop torturing yourself. You're torturing yourself. And you're the only person doing this. No one's doing it to you. And then after that, Page of Pentacles in reverse, which kind of means like, stop, you're not going anywhere. And you can't go anywhere because we're working on all this stuff down here. Okay? So you gotta make the choice, Virgo. You deserve to have what you want. And if you have faith and you and you work on your healing, you will have what you want. Or you will have what you get what you lost back again, and it will just be in a different way. And it will probably be in a way that you had no idea. Okay, got you a Mystical Shaman Oracle card by Alberto Violdo, Colette Baron Reed, and Marcela Lobos. Love this deck. And you got the Coyote. This is cool. We're getting cards that we haven't gotten in a while. The Coyote. What's Coyote got for us? Coyote, in a lot of traditions, is kind of a trickster. Oh, here, sacred trickster. The coyote is the symbol of the sacred trickster, the one who provides detours for growth and understanding by ensuring that things don't go as planned. What did I just say? It might not go as you planned. It might not go as you think it goes, but if you let go a little bit and trust, it will go the way it's supposed to. The coyote brings the energy of divine deception to set you free from the shackles of that which doesn't serve you. Hello. Follow cards. Sometimes it appears that you will get everything you want, only to find that coyote brings you the opposite of what you hoped for. The lessons offered by coyote may at first appear confusing, but they are most sacred and always for your highest good. The invitation of coyote. If coyote calls to you, this is a time to pay special attention to detours and disappointments, as they are true tests of faith. You have set your intentions and turned them over to the Great Spirit, yet you may find yourself lost and confused when it appears you are being led off course, off the path leading to your most cherished dreams and desires. Remember this. Coyote is a sacred trickster and may be leading you into challenges to ensure that you are ready to handle what you've set in motion. Great growth and understanding come to you when coyote calls your name. And then usually when it's upright, we read the invitation. When it's in reverse, we read the medicine. But it kind of seems like everything going on right now, everyone needs all of it, so I'm going to read you the medicine too. Are you being seduced by what you think you desire? Could it be that the more superficial, sparkly, shiny aspects of your ambition led you to this moment? Perhaps you feel that in order to get what you desire, you have to compromise yourself, control others, or manipulate situations to ensure your goal is met. Coyote howls in the shadows to remind you that this may be a lesson too painful to learn. Below the shallow waters, beware the shallow waters right now. Something or someone might pretend to be deep, but that doesn't make them so. No matter how seductive their superficial traits and how beautifully or sparkly they appear. All that glitters will not turn up gold, no matter how many wishes you make to change that. So it felt like those were kind of two different, a little bit two different paths there, but you can see how they intertwine, and since it's general, I feel like some people needed the first one, some people needed the second one. But I think the whole point is, like, if there's so much happening that it's made you put your armor up in that way. Oh, the dog's trying to get in here. It's like, let go a little bit. Trust that the universe has your back. Trust that even the challenges have been for your highest good. Realize that you might be getting the answers that you've asked for. They might not be the answers you want, but you're probably getting what you asked for. And then let that carry you forward. Be aware that when you ask for something, like, that carries a lot of weight and energy, and what your intentions are behind that, and maybe that will help you be more specific and intentional in what you ask for in the past or in the future. Excuse me, because what you've asked for in the past is kind of starting to come to light, but it feels like the results have made you a little bit bitter and cynical and have put your armor up, and it's kind of time to, like, Those aren't the boundaries that we're talking about. Here's our little lion. Do you need me, sir? Okay. Let's finish this up, Virgo. It's all going to be okay. You are safe to feel your feelings. You're safe to want what you dream and desire. But make sure you are doing it with intention and integrity. And trust that everything happening for you is for your highest good. All right, Virgo. Thank you so much for being here. I will see you next season for your season. Looking forward to it. Bye.